I think it is time. It is time for you to live in your truth. But what does that really mean? And how does it feel to live in your truth? And maybe the most important question is, what do you want your truth to be? Most people look at the life they are living right now and assume that that is their truth. But what if I told you that your truth is born in your mind first, long before it shows up in reality? Many of us focus too much on what we can see, on what seems real to the eye. I've been there, and I still catch myself there sometimes. You have probably heard people say, I'll believe it when I see it. For years, I lived by that. It is something I heard so often that I never questioned it. But now, when someone says that, I just think that may be your truth, but it is not mine. Because in the Bible, in Mark 11:24, it says, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it shall be yours. In this verse, they are talking about believing and not seeing first. But believing is hard, especially when you've spent years doubting yourself, when you have felt unworthy of your dreams. That was me in the year 2020, just days before my birthday. I looked at where I was in life and I realized I had nothing of the plans I dreamed of as a teenager. I had imagined a life by a certain age, married with children, having a financial freedom, a car, a home, a career, all of the things that would make me feel complete. But on my birthday that year, I had none of it. I cried like I'd never had before, not because I was weak, but because I felt like I had failed. Everyone around me seemed to have the life I wanted. I felt stuck, behind, unseen, and all I had was my education, nothing else. After a good, honest cry, my mind quieted. The negative thoughts like I'm stuck, I have achieved nothing, my dreams aren't for me, this is my reality, and it will never change. All of that, it started to fade. And later that day, I shared my feelings with a relative, and she said two things to me that changed everything. The first thing she said to me was, everyone around you believes in you. You are the only one who doesn't. And the second thing she said, why don't you come live with me for a while to start fresh? At first, I rejected the idea of starting fresh because moving to a tropical island while opportunities exist here where I am, no, I didn't saw that for myself. But her words awakened a spark inside of me, a realization that this is not the end. The world is yours to explore. You just have to believe in yourself again. And in that moment, my truth began to shift. I realized believing in my dreams is the same as believing in myself because my dreams belong to me and no one else. The most surprising thing is that I only needed those two sentences to rekindle my faith in myself. And 1 year later, I got my diploma, I bought a car, and I received the keys to my brand new home. If I had known that this would happen, I would have never cried so hard. But then I realized that the tears were necessary. They were my release and my reset. My sorrow became the doorway to new energy, a chance to dust myself off, to rise again, and this time with a different mindset. Here is the truth I want you to carry. If you are not satisfied with where you are right now, it doesn't mean you have failed. It means you haven't started living in your truth yet. Living in your truth requires patience, courage, consistency, and boldness. It will ask you to step out of your comfort zone. It will ask you to speak kindly to yourself because it is new, it is different, and it is exciting. You don't need anyone else to validate your truth. You only need to convince yourself. And once you do, everything else will align. Think of yourself as a project, a work in progress, and ask yourself, what kind of person do I need to become to live in my truth? That's a question only you can answer. Pay attention to the signs. You will see them everywhere in music, in quotes, in conversations, in everyday life. And your energy will flow towards what you focus on. God gave us a free will, and I choose to use mine to believe in my dreams and to live in my truth. Why waste it on doubt and fear? Why wait to see it first and then start believing? But I will say this, along the way, you will fall, you will rise. But as long as you keep believing in your truth, you will always have your anchor. And even Nike reminds us, just do it. It's not just a slogan, it's a mindset, a signal, a call to action. So start now. Be brave enough to believe. Be brave enough to live in your truth. Even if you can't see it yet, it is coming. I promise you, it is coming. And remember, the feeling of success comes the moment you start believing, not when you see it. And if you want, all the key points I shared today are also in the video description, so you can revisit them anytime. Thank you for watching, and thank you for hearing me out.